So my wife and I just moved to a new apartment not too long ago. And this is a rental. We haven't purchased this apartment. But if you know me, I love my smart devices. Even back when I was in Singapore, if you saw my videos, you would see all the different smart home products that I have all over, from light switches to fans to almost anything you can imagine. But yes, I own that apartment in Singapore. But here in Canada, this is a rental. So I'm kind of limited as to what I can actually make smart. So does that mean there's only a couple things I can do? Well, not exactly. This is where Switchbot comes to the rescue. Now, they've actually sent a whole range of different products, and I am slowly setting them up in my apartment, and I'm gonna do an individual review of each of those. But in this video, I'm gonna specifically talk about two products, the Switchbot Lock and the Switchbot Keypad Touch. Now, the Switchbot Lock is actually a smart lock, and you might be wondering, I just said that I can't change my lock to a smart lock. Well, the brilliance here of the Switchbot Lock is that I can actually use that with my current lock. I don't have to change anything. I don't have to learn how to replace the lock. It works with almost every lock you have. And pair it with the Switchbot Keypad Touch, and you have the full smart lock experience without replacing anything. Now, since we're unboxing technically two different products, let's start with the Switchbot Lock. Now, you get the main unit, the lock. You even get a crosshead screwdriver, which actually at first when I was unboxing, I couldn't find where it is. So if you've bought this and you're wondering where it is, it's actually right at the top, just underneath one of the cardboard layers. Now, you also get a little magnet, and I'll explain what the magnet is for later on. You also get a few Switchbot tags. Now, the Switchbot tags in itself is, a product in itself, and they've added in, which is pretty cool. They're basically NFC tags that you can stick around the house or anywhere, and you can use that to program any Switchbot product. So that's awesome. Now, you also get 3 different thumb turn adapters to suit, whichever thumb turn you actually have. I'll talk about that a bit later on. Now, you also get additional double-sided tape. You get wet wipes. You get a user manual. You also get spare screws, which come with the main lock itself. And you also get memo stickers. So this is really awesome. So basically, you stick that on the Switchbot tag, and you can basically label it however you want. All right, so now moving on to the Switchbot Keypad Touch. Again, full of different things to just prove that Switchbot basically thinks of everything. So yes, you do get the Switchbot Keypad Touch inside. You get a mounting plate. You also get an alignment sticker as well as an adhesive tape for the back. Well, I'll explain what those are for later on. You get the batteries that you need, which are CR123As, just so you're wondering. And yes, they give it to you for free included in. You again get wet wipes. You also get a triangle opener to open the back, if you ever want to replace the battery. You get an ejection pin, which is basically your SIM pin on your mobile phone, the exact same thing. And you get a screw kit. Now, setting up the Switchbot Lock does take a bit of time, and please take your time with it. Make sure you do it right. Now, first of all, the amount of adjustability is amazing, and of course it is because there are 1,000,001 different doors. Now, first up, pick the right thumb turn for your lock, try them, see which one fits the best. The one that fit me the best still had a bit of, leeway. When you turn, it takes a bit of turn before it actually moves the lock, but it's fine so far. After trying it out for a few weeks, there hasn't been a single issue. Now, the main unit itself can be adjusted as well. If you remove the top part of it where the Switchbot logo is, you will see there are 4 screws at the side. So if you remove that, you can sort of adjust and see, how much in or out you want the main unit to be depending on the size of your lock. Again, Switchbot has thought of everything. Now, even then, where you attach the thumb turn, that actually has a bit of move as well. So if it can actually rotate. Again, everything is just to make sure that it fits as many doors as possible. So take your time and try it out. Don't stick anything yet. Just make sure that you get the right fit before you do anything else. And yeah, once you've placed it exactly where it's supposed to be placed, then of course you need the Switchbot app. Add it into the app and then configure. This one was a lot easier. Pairing it was super fast, and then it just needs to calibrate. It will ask you to do a few things, and with less than 10 minutes, everything was done. Now, the Keypad Touch I thought was a little easier to set up. However, you kind of have actually 2 options, so you got to decide which one's best for you. Now, for me, like I said, I'm living in a rental, so I can't drill anything, I can't replace anything. But again, this is where this is perfect, because the Switchbot Keypad Touch has 2 options. You can either align it and stick it on the door via screws, which I can do. but they also give you an adhesive tape, which is great because I can stick it on the door and then once I leave, I can just remove it and there's no damage. But yeah, so if you decide to, basically permanently screw the whole mount into the door, they actually give you the alignment sticker that I mentioned earlier, so you can stick it on the door, place it where exactly you want, and then after that you know where to drill. Again, Switchbot has thought of everything. But for me, like I said, if I didn't use the screws there, I just stuck the adhesive tape to the mounting plate, stuck the mounting plate to the door, and then you just simply attach the keypad to it. Really simple. In the manual though, and I highly recommend all of you read it if you buy this, they actually do recommend to set up the keypad touch first on the app before placing it. Which I did. I set it up even simpler than the lock. Once you set everything up, you can pair it immediately. Now, the design of both of these products, I think, is fantastic. Like I said, with the lock, there's so much adjustability to make sure that it fits as many doors as possible. The design of it is really nice. Now, most Switchbot products are usually white. The ones that I was sent were black. I don't know if there's a white version of these. But honestly, for this, I wouldn't want it to be white anyway. Something that I'm constantly touching is going to get dirty. So I actually appreciate the fact that I have it in black. And with the keypad touch, again, excellent attention to detail. One really good example is that for the keypad touch, the buttons or the design is actually at a bit of an angle and it's not flat. So at least when you're standing in front of your door, it's at an angle facing you. You don't have to look down to make sure you press the right buttons. Fantastic. And the design, again, it's really small, it's not bulky, it doesn't stick out too much. I just put it above my current lock and it fits perfectly. It doesn't look out of place. Overall, I would say with so many other Switchbot products, they have absolutely nailed it. Now, just to clarify things, you don't actually need to buy both the lock and the keypad touch for them to work. You can just buy the Switchbot Lock, but again, the only way you can unlock and lock it is with the app. That's not to say you can't do it manually anymore. Because you're not replacing the lock, it has that hinge that you can use to unlock and lock the door. And if you're outside the house and you don't have the keypad touch, your key still works on the lock. And yes, I did mention about that little magnet that comes with the Switchbot Lock. Now that actually helps to see or helps Switchbot tell whether the door is actually closed when you lock it. Maybe sometimes if you think you close the door all the way but you don't, maybe the door is slightly ajar and then you walk away and then you lock the door, you think that it's locked but actually the door's open. So the fantastic thing is that magnet helps to detect when the lock is right next to it. So when you close the door, it knows it's closed. And if you pair it with the keypad touch, you get a whole new bunch of different features as well. There is obviously a keypad on the keypad touch. You also have the lock button, so you can just press the lock button to lock your door. You can also enter a PIN number that you set. You even have a fingerprint sensor, so you can use your fingerprint. They even give you an NFC card that you can use. You pair it, add it to the app, and you can use that to unlock your door as well. Amazing. And not just that, so you can set permanent PIN numbers, permanent fingerprints, or you can do a one-time fingerprint, you can do a one-time PIN number, you can even have a temporary one for a specific amount of time. I am absolutely amazed at the amount of features. Now, some of you might be thinking, what if someone just takes the keypad away and runs, Well, a few things. Number one, that's where the mounting plate is, so it's quite secure. Yes, they can rip it off and run away with it, but actually, if you ever want to remove the keypad, let's say you want to replace the battery or anything, that's what the ejector tool is for. So you press that at the bottom and then it removes the keypad. Now, here's another thing. Once you press that and you remove it, once it's out, you actually get a whole bunch of different things. Number one, you do get an alert. So that keypad itself starts beeping, so you know that it's been removed. The other thing is you get a notification on the app that it's been removed. On top of that, you even get an email telling you that it's been removed. So they will do everything in their power to make sure that you know if it's been removed. So if you are interested in getting the Switchbot Lock or the keypad touch, or you want to get the combo, which to me, I highly recommend, you can get it, and now is the perfect time for it because Black Friday is coming up. So if you want to just get the lock itself, it's about 139 Canadian dollars. However, if you want to get it and combo it with the keypad touch, which again, I recommend, it only brings it up a little bit more to 169 Canadian dollars. So to me, that's an absolute no-brainer. So to sum everything up, the keypad touch and the Switchbot Lock Switchbot, you guys have nailed it once again. It is an excellent solution to anyone who wants to have, smart lock features without having to replace their lock or not being allowed to replace their lock like me. It is superbly well built, so adjustable, so much attention to detail that honestly, it is a no-brainer for me as well to give the Switchbot keypad touch and the lock a full 5 out of 5 stars and a Technobabble recommended logo. Alright, so that about wraps up my review of the excellent keypad touch and the Switchbot Lock. And again, I have a full range of different other Switchbot product reviews that are coming right up, so don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.